I'm James Locke, Service Manager for Gloucestershire and Swindon at Emerging Futures. So 5 years ago, I was probably at my absolute lowest. I've been in addiction since about the age of 16. For me, addiction was not being able to function in the real world without having a substance to either numb my thought processes or to make me feel less lonely. I was sofa surfing at the time. I had just been spared prison and I was put on a suspended sentence, and part of the requirement for that was that I addressed my long-term alcohol and drug misuse. For me, the turning point, I suppose, where I actually thought, do you know what? People do understand me, was when I was first introduced to Emerging Futures, and the gentleman that I first met straight away told me about his own lived experience. It just gave a face to a professional body that made me think, do you know what, he may actually get it. So my first impressions of walking into the Emerging Futures house that I lived in for 12 months was complete and utter fear. I was greeted by the service manager, the senior project worker, and my key worker. And I was made to feel at home almost instantly. I was shown to my room, my bed had been made up, and I was told that it was a place where I could fall apart and they'd help put me back together. And that first night, I got into bed and I cried myself to sleep, but for the first time in a really long time, it wasn't tears of unhappiness, it was tears of relief. I was able to address my mental health. I was able to address debts that I'd built up. I was given the opportunity to train as well with the Emerging Futures Recovery Coach training. So when I was doing my Recovery Coach training course, all the other candidates in the room with me, there were 5 of us for the course that I was on, and all of them had lived experience. And it was my key worker who said, look, there may be some part-time work, some volunteer work. And I promised myself, even if I only helped one person, it would have been worthwhile. So from housing project worker, I became team leader, and then in 2021, housing manager's role. Fast forward to 2023, and the region has gotten so big that it's actually split, and there are 2 separate regions now in the Midlands. And that gave an opportunity for 2 people to become a service manager, and I was successful in getting the role for Gloucester and Swindon. So my life now is incredible. It's about creating a life that has meaning and fulfilling and fills you up.